Well, Sheik Jassim Al Thani of the Qataris has gone ahead to really confirm to a journalist down in, that is Germany, that is Christian Falk, that he will deliver 3 players to Manchester United if at all he's being given a chance to really take over Manchester United. Surprising, all these players are really French, and Kylian Mbappe is topping the list of those players that Sheik Jassim Al Thani is willing to deliver to Manchester United. Welcome to this channel, second video of the day. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment and share, and if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And today I think we've added another feature onto our channel, and now you can become a member by pressing the join button. We are having 3 categories, and I think you can really fit in all of those very well. So support us by becoming a member of this channel, and obviously going ahead to really pay that little amount of money, 5,000, 10,000, depending on where you are watching us from, and I'll always be here to let you know that we are really doing good and better. Now, we are talking a little bit of Casemiro getting his props from Sabitzers, and lastly it's going to be Sir Alex Ferguson coming out and really talking about Rio Ferdinand's induction into the Premier League Wall of Fame. Remember, Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger were inducted like a month back, you know. I think it was around the 30th of April. That's when these two 30th of March. That's when these two were really inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame. Now, let's do this story of Sheik Jassim Al Thani, who wants to sign 3 players to Manchester United that are really great. Now, Sheik Jassim Al Thani wants to sign Kings Coleman from, that is Bayern Munich, Eduardo Camavinga from Real Madrid, and Kylian Mbappe from PSG if his bid for Manchester United is successful. Now, the big question is, will he go ahead and really get us these players? That's the big question. But you'll come to realize that there is a player known as Kylian Mbappe in the mix. Let's first discuss Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe, to me, right now, is the best player in the world. That's it, no doubt. Mbappe is the best player in the world. Like him or hate him, to me he's the best player in the world. He might not be lifting the Ballon d'Ors, lifting all the trophies like the Champions League, but that's courtesy of him being in the wrong team at the wrong time. That is for Kylian Mbappe, you know. So I think no one doubts that Mbappe is really one of the best players in the world, because if you are to tell me that you're having Haaland on the menu and Kylian Mbappe, I'll 100% leave Erling Haaland and go with Kylian Mbappe, because everything that Haaland does, Mbappe can do it, you know. And the vast majority of Mbappe's career is characterized on pure talent, you know. He's really a threat. He's really a player that can come on and really single-handedly win a game. Remember him very well in the World Cup finale. He came up and scored a hat-trick. Now, if at all you're having a team like Manchester United and there is a player known as Kylian Mbappe lifting up the team to those levels, I think it will be great. And I've always told you on several occasions that Mbappe will never deny a move to Manchester United, because he knows in this era where he's going, the only competitor that might block his chances of winning the Ballon d'Or is Erling Haaland. That's it. Haaland is at Manchester City, and they've shown us that in the previous 3 seasons they've gone ahead to play into the semi-finals of the Champions League and singly into the finales of the Champions League, meaning that they've been one player away, like Haaland, to win the Champions League. And Mbappe knows it, that he needs to join a team like Manchester United. I know this deal of Mbappe to Manchester United is 100% possible, because Sheik Jassim Al Thani is under the Qataris, and the Qataris own PSG. So Mbappe to Manchester United will be something easy to orchestrate. They can even first send him to Manchester United on loan and then try to buy him later when they really make more improvements in the incomes of Manchester United, so as not to violate the financial fair play rule at the club of Manchester United. But my big question is Erik ten Hag in unison with Sheik Jassim Al Thani for the player known as Kylian Mbappe. Why? Kylian Mbappe is a player whose ego has turned out to be so big for even a team like PSG not to manage, because PSG found themselves in a situation of even giving Kylian Mbappe the audacity to really tell the club which player should sign. You know, if you're going to a team like PSG, my mate, and you don't want to find yourself in a situation. Sorry, if I told you're going to a team like PSG and Mbappe says, I don't want him here, you are not going to be signed. That's it. Those are the powers that Mbappe has been given. And I think if Erik ten Hag can first talk to the player and tell him that, please, you have to really obey my 5 disciplinary codes that I really instilled in the dressing room of Manchester United, then that will be okay. But I won't entertain an owner who is going to come in at Manchester United and obviously do what the coach doesn't want. We want an owner who is 100% going to do what the coach wants, and that's what we really need in a man like Sheik Jassim Al Thani. Mbappe is a good signing, but if at all Ten Hag doesn't want him, no reason for him to appear. But I think if I told Erik ten Hag that Mbappe is the number 9 that you would want, that they are going to offer to you, I think we'll say yes, provided he talks to him. But for me, I'm so much concerned about the process of how Mbappe comes to Manchester United. If Ten Hag is out of it, then I won't entertain that, because Ed Woodward went ahead to do the same things, and brought players at Old Trafford when the managers never wanted them. That's it. So I want to see an owner who is going to work hand in hand with the owner of the team to see to it that we really get the players that are going to fit in the system of Manchester United. And Sheik Jassim Al Thani will be so much well in the know that they put up that structure at PSG of Galacticos and it failed. They failed to win a Champions League. That's it. Even when they had Messi, Neymar, and Kylian Mbappe, they failed to win a Champions League. So I think he should really find himself in a position of really knowing that he needs to work hand in hand with Erik ten Hag. Let's talk about Coleman, who plays for Bayern Munich, Kingsley Coleman, who plays for Bayern Munich. And I like him, but when you look at the positions where he plays as a left attacking midfielder. That's where you're having Marcus Rashford and Garnacho, Jadon Sancho. You're having 3 players. Even Anton Martial can be playing there. So you're having an overload in that position. So I see no reason as to why that player was really included on the list. Was it because that Christian Falk, the reporter of this story, is coming in from Bayern Munich, and it would make more sense that this player is being linked to Manchester United, and Sheik Jassim Al Thani just wanted to really see to it that there is a little bit of credibility onto this story. Then Camavinga, I think for that, he was spot on. If you tell Erik ten Hag that I want Camavinga in the midfield, obviously it will be okay. But we all understand that Camavinga at Real Madrid is being offered a new contract, and maybe the coming of Jude Bellingham will really unsettle him and really know that I'm not going to be having ample playing time at Real Madrid. So as it stands, those 3 players, all of those players are French and they are being linked to Manchester United. But for me, the main important bit of it is Sheik Jassim Al Thani sitting down with Erik ten Hag, coming up with a plan of which players we are missing in the squad, because Ten Hag wants a number 9. He wants a midfielder who plays as a backup or an understudy for Casemiro. He also wants a right-footed central defender for starters. Those are the three players that he wants. And Sheik Jassim Al Thani has gone ahead to put out a list of players, and 2 of those are really so much important into what Erik ten Hag wants. Camavinga, he can play as a CDM. He can also play in the double pivot. And if at all you've known how Erik ten Hag has always wanted to play in the midfield, he would love to have a Casemiro who is right-footed being played alongside a Camavinga who is left-footed in the midfield, meaning that midfield is always swift, and Camavinga is really a talent that United also wanted to sign way back in the summer of 2020, I think it was 2021, and he ended up going to Real Madrid at 40 million euros, and we missed out on him. So I think the signings, 2 of those are spot on, apart from Kingsley Coleman, but I continue to really assert this, that we don't need an owner who is going to just go out and really sign players when the manager is not interested in. So if at all he can sit down with Erik ten Hag and really convince him that get us such and such players, they'll fit in my system, that will be well. Because even Chelsea have gone ahead to sign very many players, close to 700 million pounds. But look, they are placed 13th on the Premier League table. It shows you how weird it is if at all you don't sign players that fit the system of the manager. So they should go on and really get in Erik ten Hag the players that can help him suit the system. So, because Ten Hag will tell you that for Mbappe, get me Victor Osimhen. You know? For Camavinga, go to Barcelona and get me Frankie de Jong. Or get me Frank Casido. Or get me McAllister. You know? For Kingsley Coleman, go out to Brighton and get me Mitoma. That is Erik ten Hag for you. So I think it should be a dialogue that we'll see the board of United discuss with Erik ten Hag on what signings really wants to go on and bring in the club of Manchester United. I very well understand that every owner who comes at the club will always want to go all out and do what we call statement signings. Yeah, but this time around, we want you to act well with the manager, that is Erik ten Hag. That's it for now. Now, Sabitzer has gone ahead and said the following about Casemiro, that he's an experienced player who has always won everything at the global level that can be won, and he has done it several times. There is no need to talk about his value because he's an exceptional player. He holds the team together. He's a lead on the pitch. I think we have extremely high quality in midfield right now. That's why we're in position we are right now. So that's it. You know, the quality in the midfield of Manchester United is really, really, really damn high. That's it. Do you know why? At least our midfield right now can match every midfield in the Premier League. If you talk about Man City, because that is the yardstick that everyone has gone ahead to set to really gauge his midfield on, Casemiro and Rodri, same ilk. Talk of Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne, either in the same galaxy. Talk about Ilkay Gundogan, Eriksson, and Sabitzer. You know, they are in the same levels, you know. So I think when you look at those levels, the midfield, we are there. But it just came to act out late. It acted out late. All the formation just came out late because when Casemiro came in through, we had already lost to Brighton and Brentford. If at all you had signed Casemiro early enough in the league, would have gone ahead to lose those 2 points. I bet we wouldn't have gone ahead to lose those points. You know, add those 6 points right now onto the 63 we are having, it would have been at 69, just 9 points behind Arsenal, you know. So the conversation of the league would have been even on, because when you look at Manchester United, add on the 6 points that we have, add on the 63 points that we have, would have been having 69 points. If you're having 69 points with 2 games on hand in Arsenal, you win them, we'll be having 75.3 points behind Arsenal. And for Man City, we will be just 7 points behind City, meaning that would have been into the title conversation. So that formation and chemistry formed late, but we thank God that we are doing great, and that's why the player known as Sabitzer is coming out to really give us the kudos to Casemiro. But we all know that Casemiro is a very decent player, and even Sabitzer just enjoyed to play with him alongside the midfield over the weekend when we really went ahead to beat Aston Villa by 1 goal to nil. Then Sir Alex Ferguson has come out and really said the following about Rio Ferdinand, that Rio Ferdinand was the best defender in the country, if not in Europe, for a few years. His maturity and his leadership were important in the success of the team. He's someone whose young players are inspired and respected by the executives. That's it. Talking about young players by then, one of those was Rafael Varane. He has always wanted to really be the next Rio Ferdinand. I think I was going to hate to attain it, though. He attained it way back in the La Liga, not in the Premier League. And this is his best season in the league, in the Premier League, ever since he came in through in the summer of 2021. So that's what I had for you. Your thoughts on to Qataris to deliver Mbappe to Manchester United are welcome in the comment section below. Camavinga, Kings Coleman, that trio is being talked about by Sheik Jassim Al Thani. What are your thoughts about it? Then I want to hear your thoughts about Sabitzers coming out and giving Casemiro his props, And lastly, Sir Alex Ferguson's comments on Rio Ferdinand after he was inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame today. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you in our last video that is going to come in the next 2 or 3 hours. And I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Let's meet later. Bye-bye.